Look, that's a catchy title. Donald Trump wants $1 million. $1 million for a gold visa. All right, so I'm gonna kind of give an update on. Everybody keeps asking this question. We're in the world famous sun of life. We got temperature cranking up a little, but not a lot. I'm holding the phone, so you know this is a impromptu video going live, man. Because I got a lot of videos, especially the United Airlines situation, which. Oh man, I had to talk about that in a totally separate video because I'm gonna make a series out of that. That is very interesting stuff they did. Just dealing with people and corporations is so big. So a lot of people keep asking the question, hey man, did your wife come back? Or did your wife come back? So as obviously you can see, one of my is the most popular video I have in this 800 plus video series is getting married to my wife in Ghana in May of 2022. Look at that hair. So I've been over there now 3 times. Got married, went back in 23, then went back in 25, which November 25, which November. So May of 22, November of 23, and then November of 25. Is very difficult. One is economically a lot. The other thing is it's difficult on me and my wife because we are basically in a very long distance relationship. And it bothers her because she's young, she wants kids and build family and stuff. Even though I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to support her, it's interesting. It's interesting to do that. But that being said, so many people just keep asking the question over and over and over again. Oh, did your wife come back? Your wife come back? And people just don't understand how complicated immigrations has become here in America. And what does that mean is not even, you really go back to Obama, things were a little better. Like if you were legally and you were pushing to get here, you were married to American citizens, you basically getting here within 6 months to a year. So this goes back to Frank and his wife, how they were able to get her over here at a more faster pace. So, oh man, here's this person. Shut your BS. Somebody. We like to show evil of the world. We show. So we always have a record of people doing stuff. Your karma is always your reward. So basically back then you were able to get over here a little bit fast. You do all the paperwork. And it's the same thing. If you're good with doing the paperwork and the stuff like that, very detailed with it, you could basically get over pretty fast. Fast being 6 months to a year. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on with immigrations. A lot of people came over here doing, we want to say Joe Biden's term, that 4 years. A lot of people were doing stuff. So the system itself may be somewhat clogged down. Whoever's talking about the hairline, hey, buddy, your reward, your karma is your reward. So remember, we are building that hairline back. We're building it back up. But that being said, somebody's just trolling. So say a lot of stuff was going on during that time, and a lot of people were pushing, a lot of people were getting here, maybe crossing the border illegally. So the system itself may be bogged down. But to take 3 years, 3.5 years, going on 4 years to get something done, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. So I just remember Trump first talking about it. He was saying that it was $5 million for a gold visa, and then I guess he got more sensitive. People talked to him, $1 million for gold visa. So basically, this is whatever they're raising money for or putting money into the system is for people who are wealthy. People who are rich. I talked to a guy yesterday. His uncle, his uncle said he spent, coming from Nigeria, spent, I think it was him and then his wife and three kids, I think like 500,000. That's what he said, to get them over here. And he, of course, he's a businessman. He owns a big business. He's economically able to do stuff. But 500,000, because it just shows you, look, man, America is a golden goose to people who have means and know how to work the system and build the system. That's why, that, man, all these people who talk this crazy talk about, ain't nobody trying to come to America. America's this, America that. Man, people come to America for this economics. Now, a lot of people are getting paid over here, and then they're shipping money back over to their other countries. And that's maybe what they're trying to stop. They're trying to slow down that, because that boosts our inflation and other things. But like I said, $1 million. Basically, if I had $1 million, I could afford to get my wife a gold visa. So just to break down what the situation is, no, my wife she did not come back with me. Man, we were planning it. I mean, for over a year, we were thinking, she would have had her interview. She qualified for an interview November of 2024. So then they were saying, oh, the government shut down. Government shut down for 45 days. I mean, that shouldn't just start everything. Oh, the biggest problem with this whole situation is when it comes to the interview, you are in a queue. You're in a line that you don't have a ticket number to. So just imagine going to the DMV, going to just wherever you stand in line and wait on stuff, movie theaters, concerts. They give you a ticket, and the ticket literally says you'll get in sometime between 2024 and 2025. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about. So I didn't just fill out the paperwork. I paid lawyers for this. So, I mean, just the lawyer cost alone is $6,000 to $7,000. And there's no guarantee with them. They literally said there is no guarantee with this, that they're going to file the paper and they'll monitor everything. But they literally said there's no guarantee. So you're in a line, you're waiting in a line, you've paid your dues, and guess what? You don't know where you are in the line. I think whoever's given 100 times, wow, that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, stay focused. Let's get back focused. I like this 100. What is this? Send a gift. Man, this is like TikTok. Man, this is pretty cool. Man, somebody is like sending gifts like crazy. Thank you. I have no idea what that means, but it's awesome. I thank you. I thank you, man. Receive peace, health, wealth, gratitude always. Always give energy, blessings, goodwill to those beings. Thank you. So that's the biggest thing. So, people asking me, oh man, where are you at? Why ain't she here? It goes back to, I just remember the lawyer, lawyer back in the day. And I don't want to say the lawyer names. All this stuff is done before I like to say names and stuff like that. But I'm really thankful for my lawyer and their team. But it's like she was saying that, oh, well, you've already married. They're not going to allow like a visa, a 90-day. A lot of people say, oh, you could just get a 90-day visa. My brother was telling me, he was talking to an Uber guy. Oh, my wife just got a 90-day visa, such and such. Every country is different. If she was coming from Japan or Ukraine or something, way different. African nations, unfortunately, are not looked upon like other places. And you do your own research, analyzation, comparison on that. It don't matter if she's a good person. Don't matter if she comes from good back. The point is, America is the king of the world, and it revolves around control, power and control and money. So when you realize that and you understand that money talks and everything else runs marathon. So that's how it is. If you got the money, you can get it. You can get stuff instantaneously. So apparently, I don't have $1 million to get a gold visa, which they were talking about she'd be here in 2 weeks. So it is what it is. Thank you, whoever sent your favor. Take care, King. Man, peace, health, wealth, gratitude always to you. Much energy, much energy. But yeah, hey, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. We look for the emails every day, hear a phone call. You're in a line. And the crazy thing is, you know, the whole time people kept on saying, well, you could go to the embassy. Anybody ever tried to go to an embassy? Have you ever tried to get an appointment to the embassy? Have you ever tried to go to the embassy? Have you ever done that? You know, it is nothing compared to what you would think. You look at these movies and stuff. Oh, I'm American. You just like Jason Bourne, walk up to the embassy and it's all good. Oh, man, thank you, Johnny Mac. Man, that's an animated picture. Peace, health, wealth, gratitude always, Johnny Mac. Yeah, have you ever went to the embassy? Have you ever tried to go to the embassy and either get access? It don't work like that. Every country is different. Every embassy is different. America's all over the globe. So, man, it is what it is. You know, and we go through it. And like I said, if I had a super wealthy auntie or uncle or grandparents who if I had I'm gonna be honest, if I had $1 million, I would be living over there part-time. That money would be over there building. Oh man, there's so much. I took so much video on this last trip. There's so much stuff I want to talk about, but like I really got to talk to an individual first. Yeah, I'm in the sun. It's hot. I need to talk to them first before I would like put out certain information. But yeah, look, money's there and people I know their money is growing. You know, 10 years from now, it might not, but it's just not 10 years from now. You know, we might all be millionaires 10 years from now. We should be. Like I say, when you know what you know, I've seen what I've seen. I know the economics is there. People who have means and money you can grow so good over there. And that's just in a lot of countries. Namibia, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, South Africa. These are some of the nations that people are constantly talking about over there that are growing at an exponential rate. They're growing fast. Like O'Shea Duke Jackson says, Uganda, you know, he would have went to Uganda, but he probably went to Kenya. Kenya is growing. And I think Kenya is growing because it's got a real deep connection to the West, to America. But man, look, the money, because remember, Africa is Al-Kebalan. So Africa is a name that was given by the Dutch, but it used to be called Al-Kebalan, which people somehow forgot. It's 54 countries. And just to give a size comparison, United States of America, it is United States, not Canada, and not North America, not Canada and Mexico, but the United States of America can fit in the continent of Africa 3 times. So that just shows you how big the place is. And it's 54 countries. So when people would be saying Africa, man, Africa is so different from Morocco going all the way down to, South Africa, over to Madagascar, to the Ivory Coast. And there's so many countries. Oh my God, this place is humongous. But the money, the growth for people who have the money and to get in there and get it while it's good, oh no. It's there. And there's somebody I know who's doing that. And I can't talk about it just yet. But look, I don't have that money. I am a worker. I go to work. I got to be back at work on Monday. When United canceled my flight and kept canceling me, Oh, and they ain't even trying to push it and make it right like that. Had me stuck over there, and I didn't get back into that Sunday, and then the next day I had to go to work. Oh, yeah, rich people don't go through that. So yeah. Well, last thing, like I say, Donald Trump, he said he told me, called me on the phone in my mind, in my dream, called me on the phone in my dream, said, listen, Frederick, 24/7, 365. This is Donald Trump, the world famous Donald Trump. He said, this is Donald Trump. I can't do a Donald Trump voice. I need $1 million. He said he need $1 million. I said, Donald, I don't have $1 million. And if I did, I'm going to go over there more and build over there. I mean, because that's what money is. If I had $1 million, but you got to think about people who need access to America and their money is coming from here where they can get into the industries here and a lot of things here. They want to be here. And that's where that $1 million comes in. That's what it's really about. It's like people who want access over here to be over here. Because like I say, certain cities, the movie industry is moving into Texas. Atlanta had a huge boom. Georgia had a huge boom with the movie industry. Now Texas is about to go through it. In Frisco, Texas, United Theaters, United Studios is coming there, like Disney or something like that. Is coming to Frisco. So economically, it's so much growth, but people who have access to it. And like I said, if you have $1 million like that, you don't mind. But it's just basically telling poor people, you must wait. Yeah, it's basically telling you, poor people. That's what that really says. That $1 million is saying, hey, poor people, you hear me? Poor people, you must wait. You must wait your turn. So, like I say, this video is for everybody who asked. This is December 13th, 2025. And the question is, where's my wife at? My wife is still in Ghana. She's waiting for an interview at the embassy in Ghana. She's been waiting over a year now. And they, in their minds, have said, hey, this could take 2 to 5 years. And that's hardship. That's extreme hardship. And you see all these things they post. Oh, if you need to get your wife is something that's going on medically, or you're having a baby. Like if she was having a baby, maybe there's just so many things, but you don't know. You don't know until you go through that stuff. You don't know until you start asking the crazy stuff. So I'm pretty much gonna communicate with my lawyer team and see if there's anything else on Monday, Tuesday, and go with that. But that's the discouraging part, where a lot of people are discouraged by. But it's like I say, it's not all countries. You're going to have issues in like Thailand and maybe the Philippines and stuff like that. But then cross on over to Japan, you're not going to have those kind of issues. Puerto Rico and Guam or territory. So you're not going to have those issues. But you might go, you ain't going to get into Venezuela now. Ain't nobody coming from Venezuela like that. So that's what you got to look at. It's all, what's the relationship? And Ghana has a good relationship with the United States of America. Actually, one of the, I think, better relations of all the African nations is Ghana. But still. So, the old thing of marrying a Russian mail order bride, them days are probably done. That ain't going to happen. But if she's probably coming from Ukraine, you might see her tomorrow. I just get the feeling Ukraine will get precedence. If you marry somebody from Syria, you might have a problem. You might not see him for a decade. But if you marry someone from England, you might see him next week. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It all is the preference to United States, is who's friendly to United States. Like Mexico, you would think, you marry someone, I think it'll be more faster, even though you hear all this crazy stuff. Oh, Mexico, this and we're still, that's our neighbor to the south, Canada, our neighbor to the north, so there's rules and reason for everything, but look, it's struggling, it's stressful. Good thing is, and I try to tell my wife this, she don't really realize this. I'm staying fat for a reason, but I know that's very hard for people to understand. They're like, but your health and stuff, I'm still immoral. But that just keeps me humble because women don't pay me no attention, which is a very good thing. So, I'm able to just focus and do the stuff I'm supposed to do. But look, one of the secrets is when I got back, Dr. Sebi had a huge sale, and they changed their website to just drsebi.com, which is pretty awesome. They had a huge sale, and I got the all exclusive package. That's $1,500. I got it for like $525. That was most phenomenal sale I've ever seen on any of their products, and they really just really modernize their stuff. They're more hip, more hype, more youthful in a lot of their commercials and stuff. Oh, shoot, I see so many advertising ads on here. So they're really pushing the health, basically this stuff cleanses and helps your health. So that's why I do it at least once a year because I'm eating brisket for Christmas. Yeah, I'm a sinner. I'm eating brisket for Christmas. We just purchased a A5 Wagyu beef brisket. And the pit master, Mr. Eugene, is going to hook that up for Christmas. So the family, if they get here, we're going to have brisket, Wagyu beef brisket for Christmas. And right after that, I'm going to start a major cleanse because hell no. I'm not stupid. I know what this stuff does to your body. Look, my whole channel's there. I know people are like, oh, how did you get fat again? Because I started doing what I wanted to do again. That's my MO. I go on these curves up and down. But so that being said, I can't be fat forever. So I'm tired of it. I really all this is just stressful. So I just got to, work out, stay focused, and just understand that when you get rich, things happen way more instantaneous. But that being said, I can't talk on here forever. Everybody who's been a part of the live stream, thank you very much. Everybody who's giving gifts, thank you. I appreciate it. My wife appreciate it. And we'll just do the best we can. And for the people who trolled earlier, like I always say, your karma is your reward. You thinking you're trolling. And this is the whole point. If you teach AI to troll and you taught it to troll, whatever AI does, that's still your karma because AI is of you. That is you doing that. People don't realize that. They think if, you send something into the universe, it's gone. It's no more you. No, it's you, buddy. It's still you. Your karma it magnifies. It like builds up. Pow, 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 pow. It builds up. But, you got to study that for yourself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you study or not. It is the reality. We created this very perfectly in a sense. But that being said, I got to get off here. If anybody has $1 million that they don't mind giving to me so I can get my wife a gold visa, I'm not going to get her a gold visa. I hope she's not listening to this. It's not, sweetie, it's not that I don't want you, but we're going to take that $1 million and we're going to build up in Ghana instantaneously. I'm being honest. Look, right now, $1 is 10 to 1 there. So if I got $1 million to borrow, I'm not going to lie. She's not getting a gold visa. I'm going to take my ass over there. I'm instantaneously going over there. I'm trying to get me a visa to stay over there at least 6 months and build and then come back here and then go back and building up over there. We'll wait and I'll be over there with her. And that was the coolest things about me going over there because the whole time I'm with my wife. This is kind of the first time where I had any time by myself because of the airplane situation and another situation, very limited. Usually me and my wife are together the whole time. So, you kind of see if you're going to make it in life. So my wife tolerates me very well. I'm thankful for that. So that being said, everybody who's been watching, thank you for watching me as I try to go through this whole process of explaining over and over how this immigration thing works, how money works when it comes to immigration. And it don't matter if you get a lawyer or not. It's circumstantial. And we don't know what's going on in the Ghana embassy there. We know earlier this year, my visa lady, just to close this out, my visa lady, I had to get a visa to go back over there. She was saying they cleaned house earlier this year in the Ghana embassy in America, in Washington, D.C., because of corruption or whatever what was going on. Like I say, there's so many things I would like to talk about what I did in Ghana. I cannot talk about it right now. I will talk about it later, but I'm not gonna. And look, it's not to say they're corrupt or they're doing evil or nothing. It's the same here. Look, you can bribe the police here. You just don't have enough money to do it. You know, I'm telling you, a police officer that makes $85,000 a year that's struggling, and you give them $1 million, trust me, they're gonna forget about your stuff instantaneously. It's just the point is they don't know who they can trust, and you setting them up and stuff. But if they know you're, you know what I'm saying, you're Jerry Jones, and they catch you with some hookers in the hotel, and you know, and you tell them, hey, look, there's $1 million in your bank account right now. This ain't never happened. Damn, it'll be a damn hardcore police officer to file out that report for $1 million. That's the reality of it. You know, but we'll like to leave the illusion and say, no, he's going to do his job. Yeah, he's going to do his job and go home. So, but you know, we can't prove that. And Jerry Jones, to my knowledge, has done nothing negative like that. I hope not. Hope he's a good guy, and yeah, whatever. But no, I don't have any information on there. There's no alleged activity. I'm just using it as an example. And this thing is calming down. I ain't sweating that bad. I didn't crank it all the way up. Let's see, we're on the in the hot box. So that being said, this video is ending. I thank you for watching. Thank you for the live stream. Anybody tell Donald Trump, take that price down from $1 million to like $10,000 to make it more reasonable. No. Keep it at $1 million, because at $10,000, you're going to get a lot of people coming over here who don't need to be over here. And that's the thing. You got to protect your country. Every country in the world is the same. You cannot go. America's the only country you could go show up to and do some little crazy shit and get a job and work for years and not be legal here. Shit ain't happening in other countries. And it's not happening in other countries like that because a lot of the other countries ain't got the economics there to do it. And it's like when people come over from Nigeria to Ghana, there was stuff going on right before we went there. But look, do your research, because that's a whole different topic. How people cross the borders over there, because they do the same here. Everything that you see is a microcosm of every different place. But right now, I just got to focus on me and my wife. We're going to wish everyone peace, health, wealth. We give gratitude always as I leave you. Well, for smile, I got to go shave. I got to find another haircut, and I need to braid, but I put my treatment up here. We're still working. We're working. All right. Till next time. Let's close out.